Hello. In this podcast, I've got a special guest, and that is Adi. And Adi's going to tell us about SEO, and I'm pretty excited to hear from her. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm really excited to be here as well. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like I said, I feel like my knowledge is a bit behind now, so yeah, it would be really good to hear from you because yeah, I don't get this chance every day, and my audience doesn't either.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So, why don't we begin with you telling us how did you become interested in SEO?
so I can introduce myself and my background a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm now a SEO consultant for businesses. Help businesses establish a website, dealing with technical blocks, and of course, establish SEO strategy. I have background in design and web development, and I'm also an illustrator, so it has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked as a SEO developer, not SEO developer, as a web developer
Mm.
for a while, for a few years. And as much as I really like code and technology, um, working for it for clients at least, it was a bit repetitive and a bit just always the same and only numbers and a bit lonely. And I got to SEO even before that I knew how it's called, like I just wanted to make sure that the website that I do appearing on Google and people can find them.
Mhm.
And then I got to know also SEO community and ask for questions, and I found out it's a very creative word. So um, you need to know a lot of technical stuff like this, technical SEO and content SEO. And for me, as someone who like to do many things, like multi-passionate, it was really, really a good match because I got to work on code and
Mhm.
solving technical problems, but also to establish content strategy, learn about everything, like every subject that I worked on, and yeah, be more creative. So that's how I
Yeah.
got.
Wow. Yeah, so you're happy to learn about different subject areas.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good for someone who like to learn new things and also uses creativity.
Yeah, that's really exciting. For how long have you been doing it?
SEO, I started 6 years ago. I do it, yeah, so there's always more to learn. Like it's never finished, it's always
Hmm.
developed. But yeah, I started to do it 6 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I've known about it for maybe 10 years, but because I don't really call myself an SEO person. I don't do SEO work on websites. So I'm aware of it and I'm aware of some of the things that need to be done, but I would much rather have an expert take care of that work. Hello, Editing Lou here. So I just said here that I don't offer SEO services, and in the time period that I was recording this podcast, that was the case. But yeah, very recently I decided to make this an offer of mine. So specifically, I am doing SEO content, which is providing content to help you get found. It is just like one sort of specific aspect of SEO work that I'm doing. So um, yeah, full transparency, I do offer SEO for this specific purpose. And if you're interested, feel free to ask me about it.
Yeah, I understand. I worked in-house for companies,
Mm.
so for a long time I was focusing only on one website.
Yeah.
So I really, when you work on small projects, it's always the same. But when you work on a big website for a long time with like major competitors, you really need to go to the details of it. But
Oh
as I
yeah.
said, it's always changing, always something new coming up. Always people come up with new strategies. So yeah, it can be very complicated or it can be very simple. When you work on a small website, it doesn't have to be very complicated.
Mm.
Uh, there's always the same rules and building blocks. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you have a question, I can just like I can continue blabbing
Oh
about it.
yeah. I'm sure you can. You sound like you can. This is actually a good tie into my next question, which is what's a common thing that people misunderstand about SEO?
Okay, yes. So I think, as I said, people think it's very technical and that it's very difficult. And
Mm.
I keep saying strategies, so it sounds like there's like these secrets that you need to know, which can
Mm.
be true when you're working on a really big project with really big competitors, but in the end, it can be very, very simple and it can focus on have a good website, good functioning website, make it easy for the user to find what he wants, and
Mm.
be clear about what you communicate. So it's first like a self-work for a lot of people, like what do I
Mm.
do? What is my product? What I
Yeah.
want people to get from me and communicate it simply.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be so complicated in the end.
Yeah. It sounds a lot like how I understand it, how I understand it to be. But if you say something like make a well-functioning website, those words will go over the head of a business owner. So um what does that mean and why?
Okay, one good thing about Google is that they want the website to be accessible
Mm.
so that everyone could use it. My father is blind, so for me it's really important as well.
Yeah.
Um, it needs to be a website that a blind person could use, like with a
Okay.
screen. It as much as I like creative website, it just need to be for Google very old-fashioned. Also technically simple. I think today is less of a block for people because most of us use a program like a content management, like uh, Wix or give me another example. I forgot, but you don't create your website from nothing. So
Mhm.
the content management program take care of it for you. So most probably your website is okay. If you build your own website with the developer, then it's getting complicated, and then you need to
Mm.
make sure that it's answer um, all the elements that a good website should have.
Mhm.
Uh, but basically, it needs to be a website that work fast. You click on it to get to the link that you like. No errors. That
Mhm.
there. You know that yeah, everything works as it should be. That's all.
Yeah. Because in an ideal world, people are looking for websites and Google wants to share websites. And in an ideal world, Google wants people to find websites that are satisfactory and are easy to use because then nobody's going to want to use Google.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's it. Like Google, as much as it's like some evil curve, like in the end, yes, it want to give the people what they look for. So they want to look for something and find exactly what they looked for. And that's why you need to be clear about what your website is about and use the words that your your client would search for. Like
Mm,
now, I don't want to use like I'm very aware about using terms that everyone would understand. So I don't use all the SEO terms, you know. So
mhm.
you don't need to use only very technical terms that is from your profession, from your field, but use the terms that your client would use and search for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And that is actually a great tie-in to the next question, which is so in terms of the SEO work involved, so what would the difference be between someone like who works with businesses like a business coach and someone who's like
That
more
way.
retail?
Okay, so just in general, when you want to know um, how to approach SEO, so no matter what is your field, you need to do a simple research. You need to Google what you would expect to find,
Hmm.
like to Google what you think that you should appear for.
Yeah.
uh, See what's up there, like what are the five first results, see what kind of website they have, and go from there. Um, it doesn't need to be a unique content. It can be focused on actually what you serve, and some of the content would be also focused on your location, probably. So not on the website itself, also outside of the website. So on the
Yep.
Google location. So Google location, it's what appears like the business Google that you see
Hmm.
when you search for a business. And also maybe on SEO is also not only about the website itself, it's also about how people talk about your website. So if
Hmm.
someone link to your website, what he writes when he links to your website on his website or on social media. So that's called offsite SEO, so SEO outside of the website itself.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I understood that. That sounds a lot like what I understand SEO to be. Um, yeah, so there's some similarities. They're going to need keyword research. But then yeah, you're right. The more business coach would need, yeah, some blogs and some articles about their experiences, and then yeah, a coffee supplier would be yeah on the
Yeah,
products and their Google location. And for either of those offsite SEO, so their
yeah. Everyone,
reputation is important
yeah.
too.
Yeah, testimonials on the website itself and testimonials outside of the website. Google knows if someone linked to your website, what he say when he links to your website. So, if people write about you on Instagram, on Facebook, on blog, it all makes a difference.
Mm.
And in general, when you have a business, I always also recommend to it's a lot of consistent work. So
Mm.
um, and to be really consistent and work a lot on promoting the website, or like if writing a blog or promoting on social media. So I always recommend for smaller businesses to focus on what they're generally better in and what they can be consistent on.
Yeah.
Um, so, because for everyone, it would be helpful in the end to write a blog or to be visible on social media.
Hmm.
Choose what you're good at, focus on this, be consistent, and in the end, it would work. It
Yeah.
would bring people. Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, it's not something you do just once.
No, no, no. Like, yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, because my partner opened a business and I told him, okay, I'm doing SEO. Let's do SEO to a website. And he thought like, okay, you do SEO. And then people come after a week and like look in Google Analytics and wait, you know. And no, it's so long term. It's really long term strategy. And
Hmm.
you would see results between 3 months, a year for some businesses.
Yeah.
But then it would be sustainable and it's worth it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's it. And it's, not just about being consistent with those blog posts. It's also I would consider updating your location profile every once in a while. Just, sometimes Google will change the information that you can put in there. So,
Yes.
or the recommendations for what, how long your description should be and all that, that can change as well.
Yeah,
Um,
everything change. You're
but
right.
yeah, certainly I think things like the business categories that you can put in your Google profile, that can change. Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not only about Google local, it's about everything in
Mm,
Google. They change a lot. They always try to be on top of things. They try to change with technology and what user look for. So yeah, they have a lot of documentation. If someone is into it, you can ask ChatGPT as well, I guess.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you can save yourself a read. But stuff change all the time. It's also as a value if you update your content. So it's calling content refresh.
Mm,
And that's also a big thing about SEO is um, if you have a blog or anything, any content on your website, there's a lot of value to updating it and changing it
mm,
unless it's really doesn't need a change. But Google is aware when you update content, and he knows that yeah, it give you like advantage if you keep updating and refreshing even old content. So it's something you should be aware of.
mm. Yeah, definitely. And it's good that you said that you should be aware of how things are changing because putting myself in the shoes of a small business owner, I'm just imagining someone who saying to me, "Oh, I went to this workshop 5 years ago and I learned how to do SEO." Um, I think, would you say that they probably should disregard what they learned several years ago and um, or will
Um,
that still be helpful?
I wouldn't say disregard definitely because as I said in the beginning, a lot of SEO is making sure that the website works well,
Mm,
uh, be current about the content. A lot of these old strategies of like writing a blog or use this and these keywords still relevant because
mm.
it's all about having content in your website and having the correct content.
Yeah.
Um, but SEO also change. So when it comes to stuff that are more scammy, if you learned like some, you have to do that and that and that, there's not have to do because Google is a black box. No
Mm,
one knows exactly the secret. If someone told you this is SEO, it's not completely true because no one actually know. It's always like about trying stuff and see what works.
mm.
So Google also change with time.
Mm.
Should I speak about AI? Should we open it
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, I
Um,
was gonna say, because yeah, I mean, now that we've got AI search results, does that also mean I should forget what I'm doing, or can we keep doing what we learned 4 or 5 years ago?
it's not even only AI search results because also now people use more and more chatbots as a
Mm,
search engine. So there's this whole world of AI that give you answers. Um, what it means in the positive way, because I'm a positive person. A lot of people just like scared and say SEO is that. I just say SEO is changing
mm,
from SEO to AIO, AI optimization. And we need to understand how AI works. So AI is smart. AI understand better different kind of content. So it understands
Mm,
images, right? It can read images. It can read code better. It can read, there is like speech to text. You can transcript this podcast, for example. So if you
mm,
put this video of this podcast in your website, it become valuable also for SEO now. So it
mm.
can understand different kind of content, not only text. We speak a lot in this podcast, and all this would serve you in the future for your SEO, AIO.
Yeah.
Uh, Also natural language. So if you mentioned keywords, so people were really focused on keywords before, using the correct keyword in the correct place. Um, so now it's more about the content itself. So it's what you're writing about. It's not how you write it. Um, so it's actually, I think, give people more freedom with writing the content, because
Mm,
if you're focusing really technically on putting this keyword there and this keyword
mm,
there, exactly like that. Now it become more and more um, about just communicating better.
yeah.
And one more thing to say about
Yes, please.
that, never ending. I'm sorry. Uh, I also think that you know what, I leave it for later. We can continue for it. It's if I'll continue, I wouldn't finish, I think. No, but yeah, content. Um, yeah, let's continue for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, also, there's rules about word count, like how many words should I write? And my belief is you should write as many words as you need to get the point across. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Let's look at these horrible recipes. Like looking
Mm.
like a banana cake is a nightmare. I feel I'm ashamed, I'm ashamed that that's what it leads us for. Like, why you need to write so much text just to give me this recipe. So my hope is that this kind of strategies wouldn't be necessary, and
Mm,
that with time you would you would just need to write what is useful, and find, like, and who look for it would find it. And I think that's bring to what I wanted to say before, that I've stopped myself. But I think that in the future, like, SEO would be more about um, personalization.
mm,
So I believe that now, because Google has so much data about us, not only Google,
mm,
ChatGPT or whatever, they know so much about us as users. They know what we want, where we served, where we are, what we're
mm,
looking for real. It has also more information of us um, as a service giver, about our
mm,
website, about content creators. It knows what our product is really about, what is our specialty. It's called authority. What is our authority
mm.
as writers, as a website? So I think with time, SEO would be more about personalization,
Mm.
uh, and less about, let's say, getting a lot of people to notice us.
Yeah.
So you will get less traffic into our website, less people clicking on our website, but we'll get the correct one,
Mm.
the we'll get to the people that actually need our product. And that's something I think is positive about AI that scared a lot of people. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That aligns with what I've been hearing, that yeah, not just SEO, but the future of content on the internet is going to be about aligning yourself with the right audience and not so much about, okay, what technically do I have to do? Like, how many words do I have to write to be in the top position on Google? Like, that's, I mean, it's kind of, it's becoming irrelevant, kind of, because, yeah, that whatever you see at the top of your Google search is going to be more personalized to you. I think
Exactly.
that's probably, I mean, if it's not
Yeah.
happening, it will happen.
Yeah, because think about it, like you use like a Google browser, Google phone,
Mm.
Google on everything. It knows everything about you. It knows your
Yeah.
age, your gender, where you are, what you search for. So
Hmm.
it's really, really personalized, and everyone say niche down. So yes, now more than ever, like it's really annoying, I know, like what how like what niche should I find? Like it's becoming stressful for people, I know. But
Yeah.
but it's true, it's just you don't need to provide for everyone. You don't need
Hmm.
to everyone to find you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That's it.
you need the right clients, not
Mm.
all the clients. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's it. I do find that some people are still kind of, they're obsessed with the volume of website traffic, and nah, we need to move away from that.
yeah, yeah, it's more about conversions now. It's
Yeah,
less
yeah.
about volume, less about traffic. It's about it's always been about conversions in the end.
Mm.
You always needed conversion, but you thought like, okay, to see conversions, I need to see like if it's 5% conversions,
Mm.
I need to have like a lot of traffic, a lot of clicks, a lot of people
Mm.
finding me. But it wouldn't be that way, I believe. It would be more about just like get 3, 4 views, but they're all gonna convert. So
Yeah,
that's hopefully the future
yeah.
one day.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I hope it gets better because at the moment, there are a lot of bad Google AI search results.
Yeah, there are a lot of bad AI search results. There is a lot of bad AI content that's saturated net.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I'm going to like I'm going to speak in a conference about for women in SEO soon, and there are a lot of the women, the SEO people are really against AI results. Some
Mm.
say it's going to disappear, that Google gonna pull it back. Uh, maybe it's won't gonna be the way it is, and maybe it's gonna change, but I don't think AI is going anywhere. And
Mm.
we see that, like we saw on AI graphics, that AI graphics used to give us 7 fingers. Now people cannot see the difference, so
Mm.
it's gonna get better. I'm trusting, I'm trusting them to. It's
Yeah.
gonna get better sooner than we think.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
need to
that's
learn
right.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think the big tech companies are going to pull out of their decisions anytime soon.
No,
Mm.
it can be a back and forth, but I think it's gonna be there. We cannot ignore AI. But yeah, Google always work on get better, give better results. And as I say, it's not only Google now, it's
Yeah.
everybody that you speak with. Um, and that's how we're gonna find our information very, very soon, I think.
Yeah. 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 Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's
Maybe.
so exciting that you're going to speak
Maybe.
it. That's so exciting, by the way, that you're going to speak at a conference.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna speak there. It's Women in SEO soon in Berlin.
Yeah.
And yeah, and in general, I would love to get in touch with everyone that have any more questions about what I spoke here today. Everyone feels like um, yes, like any technical fears, a blockage, or want to improve the websites for SEO. So I'm here for you.
Oh, you're a mind reader. I was about to ask you how we can do that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give you my link. You
hmm
could put on your websites, and you can Google me, Adi Aviram. So good old Google. Um,
All right, we're going to trust Google to help us find you.
yes,
Could you, okay, just for the people who are listening, can you spell it for us?
it's Adiaviram. Adi Aviram. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, we're about out of time, but this is fantastic, and I'm sure that people are going to want to ask you questions.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I also have my newsletter. It's called Technical Emotional Support. So I'm gonna give you the link as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll include it in the notes.
yeah, so yeah, you're welcome to contact me with any question.
Beautiful. Oh, it's been such a pleasure to have you, Adi.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really nice to talk to you. It was tough with the time difference, but we made it. Yes. Thank you.